Hi there and welcome. My name is Gail Porter and you're watching Careers TV, your insight into Britain's multi-layered and often confusing job market. Now, we've already done a couple of programmes focusing on careers in the financial sector, looking at jobs all the way from accounting to business consulting and futures trading. We did, however, gloss over one very important aspect of the financial world, and one that is particularly important to the UK, the insurance sector. Now, to give you a bit of background on insurance, we'll have to go back, way back, to the 2nd millennium BC and the great Babylonian king Hammurabi. He was one of the first rulers of antiquity to codify the laws of his kingdom, which unsurprisingly became known as the Code of Hammurabi. How wonderfully original. In the code was the first written evidence of an insurance contract. If a maritime merchant received a loan to fund his shipment, he would pay the lender an additional sum in exchange for a guarantee to cancel that loan should the shipment be half-inched. So fast forward 1,000 years or so, and the Greeks and the Romans introduced a type of health and life insurance around 600 AD, when professionals and tradesmen organised themselves into guild-like benevolent societies that cared for families and paid funeral expenses for deceased members. In the Renaissance, the great banking city-state of Genoa started the practice of standalone insurance deals packaged as separate entities from investments. But the insurance business was really born after the Great Fire of London. More than 13,000 homes were devoured by the 4-day blaze, and 70,000 Londoners were left homeless, prompting a one, Mr. Nicholas, unless Jesus Christ had died for thee, thou hadst been damned Barbon. Yes, that was actually his name. He set up the Fire Office in 1680. At a time when the only emergency services were impromptu masses at the local church, the Fire Office made sure that all premises with fire insurance displayed their fire mark or the evidence of their policy on the outside of their buildings, so firefighters knew which buildings to save. The trend spread like wildfire, and fire marking was still practiced up until recent times all across the world. 8 years after the establishment of Barbon's Fire Office, businessman Edward Lloyd opened his famous coffee house in the City of London, where the shipping community gathered to discuss insurance deals among themselves. It would soon become a major centre for maritime insurance, which it remains to this day. From seafaring Babylonians insuring their cargo for a handful of shekels thousands of years ago, the insurance industry has grown into a business so large it was worth almost $4 trillion at the end of 2006. About 6.5% of global GDP. Now, that's a serious amount of moolah, however you look at it. So what exactly is insurance and what types are there?
For me, insurance allows you to plan your finances just to give you peace of mind. They allow you to plan for the unexpected. It's really important. You know, you can lose things, you can fall ill, you can damage things, and all of those situations create pressure on you financially. Insurance allows you to anticipate that kind of thing and provide you with protection just when you need it.
It is a diverse industry. You have general insurance, which in most people's minds is insuring their car or insuring their house. But actually it goes way beyond that. Insurance against hurricanes, against floods, against earthquakes, insuring bloodstock horse races, insuring astronauts, insuring ships, spacecraft, and so on. Just about everything that mankind does today has to be de-risked in some way. And the way that industry takes risk out of what it does is through insurance. Now, that does mean that the people who work in insurance have to know about all of those particular specialities. So a huge choice on that side. Then you have the life assurance industry, which is all about savings and pensions and investments. An enormous choice there. Then you have the people who market these products, the intermediaries, brokers, financial advisors. And you have that all around the world, so it's a truly global industry. Very big in countries like China and Asia, not just Europe and the United States.
So that's what the industry consists of and the kind of things that insurance covers. But variety alone won't explain why people might want to work in the industry. So why do they then?
I love this industry as I find it is a challenge. Every single day is a challenge. I find insurance industry as a college, and I'm a student. There are so many parts in this industry that you have to gain. There are so many challenges around. You have to beat and be alert in this market every single day. So in fact, it keeps you going, it keeps you motivated, it keeps you healthier, happier, wealthier and unique.
I mean, I think there's plenty of reasons to work in insurance. There's loads of opportunities. I think there's perhaps a perception it's all sat behind a desk. From my perspective, it wasn't. I spent a good part of my early career travelling out, working with different insurance brokerages and insurance businesses, helping them develop their offer to their customers. And particularly given the fact that the importance of providing advice on insurance and financial services is absolutely key to help customers out at the very time that they need it most. I've seen that make a real difference. From a career perspective, I've also been in a position whereby a lot of consolidation and mergers and across financial services and insurance in the UK, and that's involved me instigating lots of change in terms of the culture within different organisations, and I've found a real satisfaction in all of that.
Like most people, I think if not everyone, I certainly didn't aspire to work in insurance when I was younger. I wanted to work in. I finished my degree, took a bit of time off, did a bit of travel and stuff, and I wanted to work in London, but I wasn't really sure doing what. So I had a look at various things, and I got a job initially as an insurance broker, which was a lot of fun. Although it was quite a short-term role, and whilst I was there, I managed to get the job here. So yeah, I just fell into it like everyone seems to be honest.
Back when I finished university, I was really looking for a graduate programme in an industry that the UK was good at, and it was one of the key industries in the UK, and therefore I was looking at the bigger companies who ran the graduate programmes. The insurance industry in the UK is world leading. It's the second biggest after America. We've got Lloyd's of London as the biggest international insurer in the world, and then actually a lot of the biggest companies in the UK are insurance companies, whether they're life insurance, general insurance, healthcare. So it was really an industry which I just saw would have huge opportunities, and it's somewhere that I could see myself developing a career.
Like any job, the first 6 months or probationary period is one of the most important times in anyone's career. Not only in terms of what you might be expected to do, but also to acclimatise to everything around you, from the people that you're working with to the intricacies of that malfunctioning coffee machine that burbles to itself in the corner. So, what's your bedding in period going to consist of in the insurance business?
Every 2 months, they will be going through every other departments to see how comfortable they feel. It is not that once they've joined the company, they have to do certain part of job. It is what they are interested in, what they can give to the company. Not only that, what interests them the most out of the different departments. So having said that, within that department, after another 2 to 3 months, I would test them out. If I feel that they are successful in gaining certain knowledge into the certain departments, I would hand them out that department, shadowing them to see how well they can do. And I think they have achieved a lot of knowledge through me to what my staff are today. They are all highly graduated, but not in the insurance field, but they have gained the knowledge and have shared the wealth of my knowledge with them. They're quite happy. I'm quite proud that through my knowledge they have achieved something that has been livelihood to them.